Welcome to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. This is a place where driven, determined coaches learn how to get off the business growth struggle bus and learn how to build a wildly profitable online coaching business. I'm your host, Allison Henderson, corporate dropout to six-figure social media business coach. I'm going to show you how I've been able to create the business of my dreams organically, all through utilizing my social media platforms. So pull up a seat, take some notes, and get ready to see your life and bank account transform. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. So I have to tell you a story. Something completely traumatizing happened to me this weekend. One of my biggest fears as a mom. I'm still freaking out about it. My mama heart is still heartbroken. So my daughter, while riding a scooter, fell off and face planted into the cement. Okay, I can get through this. All right, we are fine. Everybody's fine. But we were at a family party and she was riding around on a scooter. She started riding up to me and hit a bump and bam, 2 seconds later, her face just fell right into the cement. She lost a tooth in the process. Luckily, it was a baby tooth, but one side of her face has pretty bad road rash. She's completely fine. Nothing is broken. She woke up the next day feeling completely okay. She was fine. She played all day. I just felt awful for her. And yeah, she bounced back. Her best friend actually came over, one of our little neighbor girls, and she looked at her and she was like, "Oh, that doesn't look so bad. Let's go play." And it was no big deal. 5 and 6 year olds just talking to each other. And that's really all she needed to hear was okay, it's not that bad. Chill out. Let's go play. And she still has one tooth. So she lost one of her front teeth and the other one is kind of still just hanging there, which just so you all know too, both of them were pretty much going to be coming out in the next couple weeks anyway. She was just kind of moving them around the other day for me. I'm like, oh yeah, those are going to be out soon. And yeah, so one of them still just kind of dangling there. I'm just like, oh girl, we got to pull that one out. But oh God, as a parent, I know that you guys all feel this, you hate seeing your kids hurt. And yeah, so it was really traumatic for me. I realized that I'm not good in those sort of situations. I luckily had friends and family around, so they were able to get the ice, the meds, the rags, and all that sort of stuff for her bloody face. But I just sat there and I cried. I was crying while she was crying, and I was just it was really the worst. So super traumatizing few days for me, but we're fine. Everybody's fine. So yeah, let's get into this week's episode. The fear of judgment in your business. And just so you all know, this is still something that comes up for me. It's not it just magically goes away where you no, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. No, it doesn't necessarily just happen like that. And so I just always have to remind myself, this is just a part of my job. I'm going to get judged. The difference now, though, from when I first started building my business is my desire to be rich and to live this amazing, abundant life completely outweighs my desire to stay comfortable and to be this people pleaser. Because here's the truth, no matter what I do, I'm going to be judged. I know that. If I'm rich, I'm going to be judged. If I'm poor, I'm going to be judged. If I just don't go for it and stay in a 9-to-5 sort of cushy job, people will judge me. And if I go all in, people are going to judge me. If I'm just going to sit on my butt at home, people are going to judge me, whatever, right? So it's going to happen either way, no matter what I do in my life. And that's when I realized I just can't control what other people think, right? I can't control them. And it's not my job. And you guys have probably heard this too. It's just not my business. My only job right now is to keep showing up, keep serving, keep talking about my offers, and keep building this business that really does light me up. My joy, right? This is really what I live for. It's what really lights my soul on fire. I just love this so much. So why would I stay miserable in a corporate 9-to-5 job simply just to please others, to please my mom or dad or whatever, right? It makes no sense for me. Why should I not sell or talk about my offers just to please my Aunt Betty, which I don't have an Aunt Betty, but I'm sure somebody out there, to please this aunt who you don't even really care about anyway, and who's probably never built a business in her absolute life. A lot of these people that you're so afraid is going to judge you are people that have never actually went for it. They're not people that you would probably take real life advice from anyway. So when I remember when I first started, I was posting all the time. I was creating these videos, just saying, hey, I have this offer, who wants it? And yeah, honestly, it did feel a little cringy. It wasn't natural for me just to come on the video and be like, do you want to buy my life coaching program? It just wasn't. I wasn't necessarily good at this whole selling thing either, right? That even though my background is in sales and marketing, like my degree is in sales and marketing, I wasn't really good at selling on social media and selling myself just yet. It wasn't like now where selling does feel like really easy for me and fun. Back then, it felt awkward. It was brand new. I was a beginner. It wasn't easy to suddenly just start talking about my coaching offers and my business when people knew me from like my old job where I was working in radio. And yeah, I was just sharing life, family photos and stuff like that. So it was a really big stretch for me when I came on social media and yeah, just started sharing about my coaching programs. And once again, even though my degree is in sales and marketing and my only jobs outside of college were in sales and marketing, it still felt weird because my business was so personal to me. It was all about me. I wasn't selling radio ads and sponsorships for events anymore. It was just me selling me. But guess what? I kept going. Duh. That's why I'm still here today, 7 years later, guys. Woo woo. Even when it did feel scary and uncomfortable, I expanded my comfort zone every single day. I was talking to people that these were just strangers on the internet, right? And that's exactly what I want to unpack with you today because the fear of judgment never really goes away. You just learn how to live with it. You learn to move through it, not just let it really stop you from growing your whole business, right? We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So let me break this down for you a bit. Why does this fear of judgment even show up in the first place? So we're all human beings. It's just a part of our nature, our human nature. We have this built-in mechanism inside of us for approval and belonging. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be liked. We all want to have friends. That's just a part of who we are. But guess what? In the olden times, back in the day, we would say, right? We needed that approval or we would have gotten kicked out of a tribe, right? Like this is like going from generational, like this is going back many generations. You couldn't survive being alone. So therefore, you had to go with whatever everybody was doing or saying to survive. You needed that approval, and that really runs so deep within us. So let's kind of go back to your childhood. When you were at school, if you weren't liked, or if you were like, I would say, quote unquote, the weird kid, you likely didn't have friends or people would ignore you or be mean to you. And therefore, you morphed into somebody that you thought everyone would approve of or would like. Right? Ugh. And God, like I remember my mom, there was times where, before school, she would like redo my hair and make sure that my clothes looked a certain way because she was just so worried about what people thought of her and her kids. She didn't want us dirty or coming off a certain way. And I know her from a very young age, really made me care about my looks and how I was coming off to others. Her fear of judgment was just so instilled inside of me. And that was probably from like birth, let's be real, right? So even though this isn't your fault, now you have some awareness to this. Like your mom's fears are now inside of you. So this is going to be a really, I would say, a healing journey for you. It's going to come full circle inside of your business. And you've heard me probably say this before, but your business is going to be your best form of self-development for you. You are going to learn so many things about yourself, your family, just these stories that you've built up over and over and over again over time that don't necessarily need to be true anymore, right? So getting over this fear of judgment is going to help you make a ton of money, but it's also going to heal you in so many ways. And now, as you are starting to build or just even start your business, you realize, oh, like I need to come on as me on social media, because if you don't end up coming on as you, you're going to end up hating this whole process. You trying to be somebody you're not is you performing all the time, and that's not going to feel good for you. Okay. So when it comes to talking to the masses on social media, yeah, it's going to be weird. It might feel a little scary at first. Social media makes us feel like everybody's watching you, right? Like there's this big, like a giant spotlight on you all the time. But in reality, that's just not true. It's usually, this is what I know to be true after coaching hundreds of people over the years, is there's usually like one or two people or like maybe a small group of people that you are so hyper focused on. Like you want these people to make sure that they don't judge you or that they like you so much. And so you're so worried about what they think of you, especially when it comes to building your business. And a lot of you guys, like right now, it's like, oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. And it could be like an old coworker, a cousin, your cousin's best friend, or your best friend, I don't know, whatever, mother-in-law. And that's who you're really worried about, like the ones that are seeing your videos and not necessarily the thousands of strangers that are going to be scrolling and consuming your content. I know for a fact the people that have hurt me the most in my life are the people that are closest to me. It's not usually the weirdos on the internet, right? It's just not. So you're going to be you're going to start to feel much safer the sooner that you just start posting. And I'll go more into that here in a minute. But here's where it does get kind of tricky. When you let that fear of judgment take over, it keeps you stuck. It keeps you broke. It dims your light and who you just truly are and want to become. And you'll stop posting, or you just don't post consistently. You'll hold back on your offers and just not really sell at all. You're going to water down your messaging just to keep it safe. Like, you're not going to be sharing your controversial maybe beliefs or opinions. Like, you're going to be like, I'm just going to say what everybody else is saying. And that's when I see this all the time too, where people lean on Chat GPT and templates and that sort of stuff, just because I want to just do what everybody else is doing. When really the most successful business owners are the ones that end up being their true, most authentic self, and sell from this energy standpoint. It's like, I love behind hiring coaches and me going, I just love your energy, right? They had the tangible offer. They had the thing that I actually wanted, but they're also just people I truly I want to become in some way or another, or I just really like them as human beings. And so when you stop showing up though, and you don't show up as your true, most authentic self, you're just hiding pieces of this is where people fall in love with you. You hide pieces of you because you are afraid somebody might have this negative opinion of you. They might have an opinion on your post or how you look or whatever. And once again, this is going to happen no matter what you do. You're only protecting yourself from your judgment by not showing up. You're blocking the people who are meant to work with you, who are meant to find you. And you always wanting to feel safe, it can't happen if you want to get to that next level version of yourself and just that next level inside of your business. So let's talk about some practical ways that you can kind of start dismantling this fear of judgment. The first one is anchor back into your mission. Why did you start this to begin with? Why are you here? For most of you listening, it's because you want to help moms, kids, and families. You want to have the financial means to spoil your kids, live your rich, most abundant life, be home with your kids, travel, pay off debt. That mission, that purpose inside of you is always going to be stronger than somebody's opinion. It has to be, okay? So every time you feel that fear creeping in, remind yourself, I'm not doing this for the people who are going to judge me, no matter what. Once again, they're going to judge you no matter what. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my family. So it's beyond you. Yes, I know you want to help people. You want to help families, but you also need to be doing this business for yourself. Every time you don't talk about this amazing gift that you have, the more people don't know about it. And that's really sad. It's one of my coaches always said, if he had the cure for cancer, would you ever shut up about it? And you're like, well, no, of course not, right? It's the same thing here. We need more people buying your offers and you changing their life. And the second thing I want you focusing on is that feeling, though, of I'm going to be changing other people's lives. When you post, when you sell, when you put yourself out there, it's not about proving that you're good enough or smart enough or polished enough. You're helping people. You're helping somebody. Every post is this act of service. Every offer is an opportunity to solve a problem for somebody. Remember, they think that their problems are so complicated in their brain, right? And you have this easy step-by-step program to help them with this problem. And in your mind, I'd be like, this is so easy, right? It's not complicated. You just got to do these things. So you need to make sure that you're relaying that message. And when you take that spotlight off of yourself and put it on the people that you're actually serving, it does get so much easier to show up. It starts being less about you and more about how can I help more people today? How can I get more people signing up for my offer and changing their life? And I know for a fact, I just want to help. I want more people living their best life. And my programs can do that. So if I'm like, I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna shut up about this because I don't want people thinking I'm selling too much. Well, guess what? You cannot help anybody. The third thing I want you to really think about is, sales and marketing is a skill. You're building up a muscle. Confidence really just comes from repetition and taking action, not from waiting until you feel ready. So think of yourself when you first started working out. I don't know if any of you guys even work out, but I work out, okay? And I was an athlete growing up. So I always remember that first week of soccer practice was always the worst. And I was like, conditioning, and you're running a lot and your feet aren't really catching up with your brain, right? You're kind of fumbling on the ball and all that fun stuff. But by, I would say, 2 weeks in, a month in, you're actually okay, I get it. My body can handle hard things. I can do this. And you start seeing the results of all that effort that you put in. So even when you go to the gym, The first day sucks. The first few weeks kind of suck but guess what? You're not seeing results. You're not seeing like the pounds just completely fall off your body. But after a month, you're like, oh, okay, I've lost a few pounds. Okay. 6 months in, you feel strong. You feel good. You are seeing results. Like you might have lost 20, 30 pounds or more in 6 months. That's when you're like, oh, now I see it. But sometimes you just have to believe it before you see it. It's the same in business, okay? It takes time to build up those skills and see those results. So for you, your homework, share a story, give some tips, make an offer. And then guess what? You're going to do it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day, okay? Over time, it's not going to feel so weird. It's not going to feel so scary. It's going to feel normal. You're like, this is a part of my job. I think that's what I need to, I guess, just tell you, being completely honest with you guys. This is a part of your job. If you want to make money, and you want to have this wealth in 6 months from now, or like 6 years from now, or 60 years from now, you got to show up, right? You got to remind your nervous system that it's totally okay to post. Your nervous system will start to relax a bit because it's going to start to realize that, hey, there's not much danger here. There's not much happening every time that I post. And it's okay. No one is coming at me. No one is harassing me. No one's sending me like harmful, weird, harassing DMs. Nothing. You'll start to really chill out every single time you post. And one of the last things I want to remind you too is detox your audience if you need to. If there are people on your feed who make you feel bad about yourself or they make you just feel judged all the time, this could be old coworkers even, friends from high school, family, cousins, I don't know, whatever. Unfollow them, mute them. Protect your energy at all costs, okay? You don't owe anyone access to your process of building your business. And sometimes the most freeing thing that you can do is remove that trigger completely. So you can just focus on the people who actually want and need your help. So here's the thing that I really want you to take away today. The fear doesn't magically go away. It's not like one day you're going to wake up and never worry about being judged again. But what does happen is you get stronger. You learn how to show up anyway because you know it's a part of the job. And remember this, selling is service, right? Like you are here to help people. There's someone right now waiting for that problem to be solved by you. They're not scrolling your page thinking, wow, she's like posting too much. She sells too much. Like, who does she think she is? Like, how dare she come on here and sell? Blah, 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 right? They're thinking, oh my God, I love this girl. I hope that, she really is the solution that I'm looking for. Like, I want her coming to your page and being like, oh, I found my person, right? I love her, right? I want people falling in love with you. Give them that opportunity to do that. So my challenge for you this week really is to take bold action. Post about your offer every day. Share your story. Share from your heart space, right? You can go live. Do something that really stretches you and expands your comfort zone, even if it does feel scary. Because every time you push through, every time you expand, you build that confidence muscle. And also, this is something huge. The people who actually need you and want your help, they're not judging you. They are grateful that you showed up and they want to hear from you. I truly believe that the people that are listening to this episode, yeah, you might be judging me, but you really genuinely want to hear what I have to say. Now, if you know you want to build your confidence faster, and if you want someone in your corner who's here to help you with all these limiting beliefs around your business, but also you want to grow your audience, sell your offers, and just start making real money inside your business, that's exactly what I do inside my 3-month one-on-one coaching program. Together, we can build your confidence, your strategy, and your sales skills so that you can actually create the business you've been dreaming about in a way that actually feels good to you and that aligns with you. Yes, I'm going to be expanding you, but this is all going to help you grow. And if this is really calling your name, please check out my link in my show notes that just says work with me. And let's get you out of hiding and into your best self so that you can start signing clients and building that business that you want right now. All right, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you again next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Ambitious Coach podcast today. A couple favors before you go. If you found this episode helpful, please take a screenshot and share it on Instagram. Most importantly, don't forget to tag me at AllisonHenderson_coach. That's ALLISON Henderson_coach. And lastly, please take a minute to rate this episode and leave a raving review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in to listen. Okay, ambition is great, but it's time to get to work. Take action and commit to being 1% better every day. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.